G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and today I'm going to show you how to build my Japanese bridge chunk build. So what is a chunk build, you might ask? Well, I like to do these little chunks of landscape. So if you've got an area of your world that you just think needs something a little bit pretty, you can follow one of my tutorials and get these lovely little decorations to throw into your world. But the first thing you might say, Cortez, that is not a chunk. You're quite right about that. This is a lot bigger than a chunk. This is 4 chunks put together, so 2 chunks by 2 chunks. So if you've got an area that size where you need something pretty to throw in your world, then this is the tutorial for you. And this is a fairly simple build. It's just a nice simple bridge, a few lanterns, a bit of gardens. The most complicated thing to build will be this pond, but it does look super cool. It's got lots of detail, and you might notice up this end it just runs straight into the edge of our chunk. So you might be asking, what should we do here? Well, you can do anything you want. You could just finish it right here by putting some stone around the edges and just close off your pond, or you might want to continue it as a little stream running off into the distance. Or if you go down to the video description, you'll find a link to a tutorial for my koi lake, and that connects perfectly to this chunk build. And finally, you could just decide to finish it in a straight line as it is by running it straight up against a walkway or a building. It is completely up to you. You can build this however you like and wherever you like. And this is how the build looks without shaders. And if you go down to the video description, in addition to the link to the Koi Lake tutorial, you will find a full materials list. And for the purposes of the tutorial, if I ever say come to the front of the build, I'm talking about this side right here where our little seating is. Just makes it a little bit easier for me to direct you to different areas. So this is the front. And if we do an aerial view, the front of the build will always be at the bottom of the screen. Okay, we're going to begin by building this polished diorite square just around the outside of our 4 chunks. So this is not part of the build. Once we've finished, you can actually remove this, but you will need it just to be able to see where to place all your blocks. And this square is 34 blocks on every side. And now you can see we've got a bunch of lapis blocks in the ground. So what we're going to do is I'll give you the overhead view, and everywhere where I have a lapis block, I just want you to dig out the block. So here's the overhead view. Go ahead and remove all of those blocks. So when you're done, you'll be looking like this. And now we're going to dig a little bit deeper. So once again, everywhere where I have a lapis block, go ahead and remove the block. And once again, we're going to go a little bit deeper, but this time what I want you to do is after you've dug out the block, I want you to place a sand block and go ahead and do that everywhere where you can see a lapis block. Okay, this time everywhere where you can see a lapis block, all I want you to do is dig out the block. Okay, now we're going to start placing some blocks, and we're just going to fill up this deepest section of the hole. So once again, I've got some lapis blocks in here. What I want you to do is everywhere where you can see lapis, I want you to place a stone block. So go ahead and replace all of those blocks with stone. And once that's done, everywhere where you can see a lapis block, I want you to place a block of andesite. And this time we're going to be placing blocks of cobblestone. Okay, come around to the back of the build, so we're looking toward the front, and we're going to come to this hole in the ground right here. So I want you to turn to the right and place a mossy cobble stair, and then we're going to turn around, look in this direction, and over here we'll place another mossy cobble stair, and then turn to the right, place another one there. Diagonally from that, we'll do a cobblestone slab with a mossy cobble block beside it, and then another mossy cobble right there. Okay, now we're at the front of the build, looking toward the back. I want you to come over to this mossy cobble stair, and just beside that we're going to place a stone stair, then turn to the left and place an andesite stair. Now I want you to turn around, look in the other direction, we'll do another andesite stair, then turn to the right and place another. Then you can dig out these 4 blocks and replace them with stone. Okay, we're going to do our lapis blocks again, but this time we're doing it on more than one level. So sometimes it'll be down the bottom here, and sometimes they'll be a level higher, and you might even get a few on top of the grass. So here's the aerial view. Everywhere where I have a lapis block, I want you to place a stone block. And this time I want you to place blocks of andesite. And now we're going to do blocks of cobblestone. And this time you can do blocks of mossy cobblestone, and we've got our first one up on top of the grass. And no, I don't want you to place glazed terracotta. We're just using these because we're going to be placing stairs, but you need to know which direction the stair is facing. So if the arrow is pointing in that direction, I want you to look in the same direction it's pointing and place your stair like that. So here's the aerial view. Go ahead and place in all of your andesite stairs. And this time we are going to place cobblestone stairs. And now we're going to do mossy cobblestone stairs. And now we're going back to blocks. This time I want you to place gravel everywhere where you can see a lapis. And now we're going to place some slabs. So everywhere where you can see a lapis block, I want you to place a mossy cobblestone slab, and just make sure it's always a lower half slab. Don't be placing it up at the top of the block. It's always going to be down the bottom. So here's the aerial view. Go ahead and place in your mossy cobble slabs. And this time it's just regular cobblestone slabs. And we're still doing slabs. This time they are andesite slabs. And now we're going to switch to bushes, and these are azalea bushes. So once again, everywhere where you can see a lapis block, place in some azalea leaves. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Now we're going to fill in our water. So come down to this lowest section and just fill all of this in, making sure to waterlog all of your stairs and slabs. So we're also going to come over here and waterlog that stair. And now we're just going to do one more level of water. So just run around the outside, making sure to waterlog all of your stairs and slabs. So when you're done, this is how you should look with the water coming up just below our polished diorite. Okay, this time I'm using diamond blocks just because the lapis blocks are a little bit hard to see in the water. So what I want you to do is everywhere where you can see a diamond block, place in some seagrass. And here's the aerial view. Go ahead and place in all of your seagrass. Okay, come around to the front of your build, and just on top of this cobble block, we're going to place a flower pot with a flowering azalea. Then diagonally down from that, we're going to place a brain coral fan on the stone block. Then diagonally from the fan, we're just going to place a temporary block with a cherry trapdoor against it, and then we'll break that block. Holding shift, we'll put a brain coral fan on the cherry trapdoor, and we will surround that with lily pads. We're also going to place a lily just next to that cobble stair, and then we will place another one just in front of that andesite, and then another one right there. Okay, now I want you to come over to this very deepest part of our pond. And right here, we're going to place a seagrass, and you can bone meal it to make it a tall seagrass. Now, just diagonally from this stone block, we will place a lily, then come over to where we've got this single bit of sand with the seagrass. Just behind that, we're going to place another lily. Now, over here, we've got this dirt block surrounded by stone. I want you to break that, place in a coarse dirt with some grass on top. Then looking from this direction, we'll place a stone button beside it. And now we're going to start building our bridge. So looking from the front, I want you to come along to the middle, and we'll turn to the right, and you can see this one grass block all by itself. We'll break that and then grab stripped mangrove logs, and we'll place 1, 2, 3. Then on the left, we're going to count 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 4th one, we're going to place 2 stripped mangrove logs. And we'll do the same over here. So there's one grass block all by itself. Break that, place in your 3 logs, and then on the fourth block to the left, we'll place in 2. Then grab mangrove slabs, we'll connect them with 3 there, and then 2 poking out toward the front, and the same on this side. And then you can grab acacia planks, we're going to place them on top of these slabs poking out, and we'll do mangrove stairs upside down. Now each side's going to be the same here, so I'll build one, and you can build the exact same thing on the other side. So we're going to connect the top of our planks with 3 acacia slabs. Then looking from this side, we'll do 5 slabs there, then another 5, and then just at this level here, we'll do another 5, and you can finish with 5 acacia stairs. So build the same thing over here. Okay, grab mangrove trapdoors, and we're going to place one on the side of that acacia plank, and another one right there, but just leave it poking out, don't flip it down. Then in this direction, we're going to look and place a mangrove stair just diagonally from that one. Beside that, we'll do another, then we'll look in this direction and place a third. Then look in this direction, we'll do an upside down stair against the first one we placed. And then looking in the opposite direction, we'll do another stair. Then we're going to look toward our bridge, and we'll do an upside down stair that will have a slab on top. Next to that, we'll do mangrove planks, and then an upside down stair next to that. So we'll do that one more time over here. So we'll begin with our 2 mangrove trapdoors. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 stairs with 1 upside down, then 1 right way up, and then 1 upside down looking in that direction. On top of that, we'll do a slab, then a plank, and then another upside down stair. So you can go ahead and build the exact same thing on this side. And to connect the bridge, come over to this upside down stair. We'll place a mangrove slab on top with a mangrove plank beside it and an upside down mangrove stair beside that. And that will have a trapdoor on top. So we'll do the same thing here. So slab, plank, upside down stair, and a trapdoor. Now next to our stair, we're going to do 2 mangrove slabs, and they will have a trapdoor in between them. And then on top, we'll do 3 mangrove slabs. So do the exact same thing on the other side. And then finally, to fill in our bridge, we're going to come along to this upside down stair. Just on top of that, we're going to place an acacia slab, and we're just going to run them all the way along. And we'll do the same on this side. And then at this level right here, we're just going to place 3 lines of our acacia slabs. And that's our bridge nearly done, but what we're going to do is come along to the edge here, and where this corner stair is, we're going to dig out that block, place in some mangrove planks with a red nether brick wall, and a lantern on top, and we'll do the same thing just here. And of course, come around to the other side and do the exact same thing. Okay, looking from the front of the build, I want you to swing around to the left-hand side and just line yourself up with that lantern. So we're looking at the diorite block directly in line with that. Then we're going to count 3 to the right. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. And on that third one, we're going to place a dirt block right there. And then we'll do the same thing from this lantern. So line yourself up with it. 1, 2, 3. And place a dirt block. Now we're going to surround this dirt block with 4 stone stairs. So we'll do the same on this side. And then what I'll do is I'll place a mossy stone brick there and another one there, but the other 2 corners I'm just going to do stone bricks. For the one on this side, I'll do a single mossy stone brick, but the other ones will be stone brick stairs. And looking from this side, we're going to come along to the left, and on top of the dirt, we'll do a stone block with another dirt on top. On the right-hand side there, I'll do an upside down mossy stone brick stair, but on the other 3 sides, I'll just do regular stone brick stairs. Then we'll do a shroom light on top, and I'm going to surround that with oak trapdoors. Then on top of that, we'll do a stone brick. On this side, I'll do a mossy stone brick slab, but on the other 3 sides, I'll do regular stone brick slabs. And this one's going to be the same design, but just with our mossy blocks in slightly different places. So I'm going to place 2 upside down mossy stone brick stairs there. and 2 regular. Then we'll do our shroom light and surround it with trapdoors. Then we'll put our stone brick on top with a mossy slab on that side, and then we'll just finish with 3 regular slabs. And now we're doing our lapis blocks again, and they are all over the place. So what I want you to do is everywhere where you can see a lapis block, just go ahead and dig out the block. So here's the aerial view. Go ahead and remove all of those. Okay, now we're going to start placing blocks inside of all these holes we just dug. Okay, this time, wherever you can see a lapis block, I want you to place a coarse dirt. So you can pause the video and place in all of the coarse dirt. And this time, wherever you can see a lapis block, I want you to place a block of cobblestone. And now I want you to replace all the lapis with gravel. And this time we are placing blocks of andesite. And this one's going to be a little bit different. So there are 6 of these lapis blocks. What I want you to do is place a sea lantern where the lapis is, with some moss carpet on top. Now it doesn't have to be a sea lantern, it could be a jack-o'-lantern or any light emitting block that you like. So here's the aerial view. Go ahead and place in those 6 lanterns and carpet. Alright, now we're going to do some building. So looking from the front, I want you to come up to the back right hand corner, and in this hole we're going to place some water. We're going to do it in that hole as well and in that one. Then grab some mossy cobblestone slabs and we're going to place them on top like that. And now we can plant some sugarcane. So right here behind the slab, we're going to do 2 sugarcane with some string on top to stop it from growing. And we'll do the exact same thing here. Then to the left of this slab, we'll just do 3 sugarcane. And then looking from the front again, I want you to come over to these 3 holes in the grass. Into these, we're just going to place 3 azalea leaves. So now every other hole that we've dug, we're just going to fill that up with stone. So do that for this entire area. And this is how it should look when you're finished. So now looking from the front again, I want you to come over to this little grassy section where our paths are, and face toward the bridge, and we're going to skip the first 2 grass blocks, but on the third one we're going to place some stone stairs, then a mossy cobble, then cobblestone stairs and an andesite slab. Then we're going to look from this direction, we'll do a stone stair, then behind that we'll do an andesite, then a dirt block with an andesite slab on top. Just behind that we'll do another mossy cobble and a stone slab. And then looking from the other direction, on top of the grass, we're going to do a mossy cobble slab, then a stone block with a stone button in front, then an andesite stair. Then we're going to look in this direction, place a stone stair, then a stone slab, and an andesite slab. Okay, now we're going to follow this path all the way to the back of the build. And on the stone block on this end, we're going to place an andesite wall with a lantern. And on the stone block on this end, we'll do the same thing. Then diagonally from that, we're going to place an azalea leaf and another one. And then we're going to do 3 on the diagonal. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do 2 next to each other. Then another 2. Then a single one. And then 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to scatter some melons and jungle leaves. So I'm going to place 1 just in front of that coarse dirt. I'll place 1 just to the right of our moss carpet with a jungle leaf diagonally from that. Just behind this coarse dirt, I'll do another melon, and behind that coarse dirt, I'll do a jungle leaf, and I'll do another melon right there. And then you can grab a big drip leaf, and looking in the same direction I'm going to place it right there. And just in front of that, I'm going to do a fern and bone meal it so it becomes a large fern. Then we'll do another big drip leaf right there. Then I'll look in this direction and do one next to that melon. Then I'll come over to the corner here, and just behind the coarse dirt, I'll do another big drip leaf. And behind that, a fern. And once again, I'll bone meal it to make it a large fern. And finally, I want you to finish with a stone button right there. And now we're going back to our lapis blocks. But this time, when I give you the overhead view, they are going to have numbers on them. And the numbers are for scaffolding. So what we're going to do, so this one here will have a number 3. That just means place 1, 2, 3 scaffolding. Then you come up above, place a string on top. Then you can break your scaffolding, plant some bamboo, and bone meal it until the string stops it. So basically the number on the lapis is just going to be how tall your bamboo is. So here's the aerial view. Go ahead and plant your bamboo. And once you've done those, we're also going to plant another 2 bamboo. So I want you to come along here to where we've got our 2 mossy cobblestone. Just in between those, we will do 3 scaffolding. You can place your string on top and we will bone meal that. And then the final one is going to be in this far corner. So just over here, same thing, 1, 2, 3 scaffolding. Place your string and plant your bamboo. Okay, come along to the back of the build, and next to this lantern on the left, we're going to place a little white flower. Now, I call it a little white flower because I can't pronounce that. Azure bluet? I have no idea. Then you can come along to this cobblestone slab. We're going to skip a grass block and then place a white tulip. And then just diagonally from this stair, we're going to place an orange tulip. Then I'm going to do 2 grass right there. And another one right there. And under the other side of the bridge, I'm going to place a grass there, and another one, and a third right there, with a fern on the coarse dirt. And staying on this side of the bridge, I'm going to plant an allium next to the lantern, then we'll skip a block and place some azalea leaves, and then in this direction, we'll skip a block and place flowering azalea leaves, then we'll do another regular azalea and a flowering azalea. And you can turn to the right, and on that andesite block, I'm going to place a stone button. And over here, I'm going to plant another allium. Just behind that, we'll do flowering azalea leaves, then regular azalea leaves, and a fern. And then I want you to plant a rose bush right there. Okay, come back to the front of the build, and we'll come along to the front right-hand corner. And I'm going to place a grass right there with an azalea leaf behind it. Then we'll do a grass right there with azalea leaf and an allium. And then we'll look at it from this direction. On top of that cobblestone, I'll place a stone button. And then looking in this direction, on top of the stone, I'll do another stone button. On these 2 coarse dirt, I'll place grass, then 2 azalea leaves and a lilac. And then just on this coarse dirt, I'll do another grass and another one right there. And looking from the front again, we're going to come along to this lantern, and diagonally from that, I'm going to place 2 azalea leaves, and right here I'm going to place another 2. Then down here I'll do a fern and bone meal it to make it a large fern, and just in front of that a flowering azalea, and we'll do another large fern in this corner right here. Then grab a white tulip, plant it there. We'll plant an allium on the coarse dirt and a pink tulip right there. And looking from the front, again, I want you to come along to this carpet. Just stand on that and turn to your right. And we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 campfires right there. And you can use a shovel to put them all out. Now on the end here, I want you to place an oak trapdoor looking in the same direction I am. Then each side of that, we're going to skip a block and then place an oak fence. So we'll do that each side. Then you can flip it up and we'll come to this side, do the same thing. So skip a block, place an oak fence, skip a block, oak fence. You can flick that up. And then along the back here, we're going to place 4 trapdoors and flick all of those up. Now I want you to build these oak fences up until they are 4 blocks tall in total. So we're adding another 3 fences. And we're just making a nice shaded seating area. So on these shorter sides, what I want you to do is up the top, place 2 oak fences and connect them with an oak fence gate. So we'll do the same thing up this shorter side. And these longer sides are just 1 block longer. So we're going to start with our 2 oak fences, but this time we're going to place 2 oak fence gates. So go ahead, do the same thing on this side. And then you can grab some bamboo trapdoors and just holding shift, we're going to run around the top here, just placing a single layer of them all the way around. Now looking from the front, grab some jungle leaves. We're going to place 1 against that fence, one beside it will come 2 toward us, and another one right there. Then we'll go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we've been putting grass in a few little areas, but now we're just going to scatter grass all over the place. And I just want you to do this randomly because some people like a lot of grass and some people don't like much at all. But if you want to see where I placed my grass, everywhere where I've got a lapis block here is somewhere I've placed it. Feel free to copy that in or just do whatever you like. Okay, once you've placed in all the grass that you want to have, there is a final little decoration you can do, and that is to place in some pink petals on the ground. Now, I've just done them on the left-hand side of the bridge, and I've only done a few of them, so I'll just give you a little aerial view. So if you want to, you can copy in the pink petals that I've done, or you can place none or heaps and heaps of them. However you like, just go ahead and do that. And then the final thing to do is to fill in our pond with some tropical fish. And that is it. That is the chunk build 100% complete. Should I call this a double chunk build or a quadruple chunk build? I'm not sure what to call it exactly. We might just call it the Japanese bridge landscape. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.